Hello, it's Bud. This lesson is about the Extrude tool, which is part of the advanced 3D package. The words from the LHR document describing this tool says it is to generate a surface inside a closed figure by carving a custom profile along a linear path. Let's see if we can figure out what that means and apply it to something. I have to draw a closed figure to start with. So let's say, just for the heck of it, I want to make a book, a Bible, whatever. Okay? So I'm going to make my rectangle, and I'm going to center it horizontally, but I'm going to drop it down off the edge of the board so that I can see what I've got a little better as we go through this. Okay, I click on the Extrude icon, the 3D section, and it gives me a place to lay out my profile. And right now it's doing a vertical, which means the profile that I put on here is going to be up and down on the board. The green on this right hand side represents this outer limit on the right hand side. The red represents the outer limit on the left hand side, and the yellow is the center. So I'm only going to play with half the board just to see what's going on. I'm going to use a spline. It's not the only tool we can use, it's just what I want to use. I'm going to click here. I don't like it. Clear it out. I wish it was bigger, but I can't. Well, since I'm only going to do half, I'm going to blow this thing up. Maybe that'll help me. Okay, let's start with the center of the book this time. Click. Come up. About like that. It's a nice curve. Ah. Let's try it again. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just showing you that we all make mistakes and we don't get what we want. Double click on the end. Okay. So that kind of looks like a book. I'll click OK. And I can't see anything. Let's see what we got. Ah, there it is. Okay. So that doesn't look bad. So if I go back to my rectangle and bring up Extrude again, I've got that pattern. Okay. Now just like we've done with other items, I'm going to layout, and I'm going to do a mirror across the page on the horizontal. I'm going to highlight that as well. So I'm going to hold down Control and click on that. And now I've got the whole thing. So I'm going to click OK. And by golly, I have my book layout. If I like it, and I may use it later, I can also make a pattern out of it. I'm going to highlight it, click on group, highlight the group and the rectangle, come up to the make pattern icon, click on it, and let's name this little bugger. In my case, just so I can find it, I'm going to do AA and book. I can name it anything I want, but I'm putting it in my pattern library. So now I'm going to get rid of it. Nothing's there. So I'm going to the pattern library, and in favorites and AA book, click on it, come over here, move it down a little bit so I can see the edge, and by golly, there it is. Alright, now let's just play a little bit more, just to totally whet your appetite. Let's say I want some words on this book, so I'm going to click on text icon, I'm going to click here. I got a text spacing of 15, it's going to be center line. Right now it says MS Shell Dig. I'm going to leave it just that way. And I'm going to put text I'm going to put a couple spaces in here and put test. And I'm going to accept it. Okay. Now, just to make this thing a little simpler for what I'm doing, I'm going to center it horizontally. And I'm going to stretch it, whoops, about like that. And center line, I like to use the 60 rather than the default 90. And since we're on a contour surface, if I just accepted it this way, it's not going to work because it's not at the top of the board. But while I have the text highlighted, if I have conforming vectors, it allows that vector line of the text to follow the contour of what has been carved on the board prior to it. So let's see, and there we are. So I have my book with my text on it, with my text on it, and that is just one small application where we've thrown in how I made a pattern of my extrude contour, just as a little extra bonus. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Talk to you later.